Mr. Heffron here, and this is a tutorial on how to write equations a few different ways. So unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to use an equation editor, so they try typing in equations like this. So for example, y equals ax squared, so power of 2 plus bx plus c. You can make it look a little better if you use the superscript button. So for example, x2 plus bx plus c. And you just go back to the 2 there and you just hit the superscript button. Or if you can't find the superscript button, you just right click and go on font, and you can change the superscript to put it on. Still, this doesn't look very good. A nicer way to write a formula would be using the equation editor that comes with Word. Still not that great though, but we'll try it out. So if you go Insert and you choose the equation option over here, now you can type in your equations. So like y equals ax. Let's see, there it is. Okay. So now I probably shouldn't have typed in the x. I should have just waited. So put the 2 in there, the x in there. There we go. Okay. Plus, plus bx plus c. There we go. Oh, see, it got confused. It doesn't realize I'm still inside the equation. There we go. Bx plus c. There we go. Good. Now, unfortunately, I have a little extra x there, so I'll just delete that. There we go. And there we go. I got an equation. I'll just put it over to the side there. There we go. Not too bad. But there's actually a better way of doing it. You can use math type. So I purchased math type. I think for a lifetime membership, it's like $30, $40. And so it looks something like this. So y equals ax, and I just click on the little exponent button there too, plus bx plus c. There we go. Escape. Yes. Then I got an equation, and I can make it as big as I like, and it looks pretty nice. So the other thing is, especially if you want to try to do something like a fraction. So for example, a equals base times height over 2. So some people would just do it like this, or you could go a equals base times height, and then what they'll do is they'll use the underline option like this. There we go. Okay. And then they'll pop 2 in. I'll turn the underline off. There we go. And it looks like that. That's pretty horrible looking, though. I mean, I wouldn't want to show somebody a fraction like that. So you can use Microsoft's equation editor again. So we're just going to go Insert Equation. There we go. A equals base times height. There we go. And I'm going to turn that into a fraction. So I'm going to choose the fraction option. There we go. And over 2. Not bad. Or I can do it again in math type. So I'm just going to math type, inline. There we go. So a equals base times height. Okay. And over 2. That looks nicer. So now I'm just going to hit yes. There we go. Okay. And I can make this equation bigger because I used math type to make it. Now, if you want to space out the letters a bit, try to do that right here. So base and height. So if I hit the space button, it doesn't do anything. What I have to do if I want to change it so that I can actually put spaces between the letters, I have to go to Style, change it to Text. There we go. And now I can put spaces between my letters. And if you're going to do that, you must do all your text in the same manner, changing the style from math to text. Okay. There we go. And the other thing you can do also is you can do square roots, which is pretty cool. So for example, you can go y equals, instead of going root x, you can go use the equation editor to do that. You can go home, oh there we go, sorry, Insert Equation. So I'm going to go y equals, I'm going to choose the square root button, there we go. And inside the box there, maybe an x, there we go. Still, it's not a very pretty equation. It would look better if I use math type. So I'm going to go back to math type, go inline. Y equals root x. Okay, and you can do all sorts of fancy stuff now at this point. You can turn it into a fraction, like root x over 2, ax, there we go. And if you're doing chemistry, you can do funny things like this, like 2 and 3. So now you got superscripts and subscripts, which is kind of nice. And you can make the equation a little bit bigger if you want, like that. So, as you can see, you can write equations many different ways. Try not to do it like this. That's okay in an email, but if you're doing a lab or an assignment, you should try to use an equation editor. Now, what if you don't have Microsoft Word or you don't have access to math type? You can do them online as well. So, for example, here's some equations I wrote using Google Docs. So here I'm going to do, let's see, here, insert an equation. And I'm going to go y equals ax plus bx plus c. There we go. Now, unfortunately, I didn't put an exponent on my x, so I'm going to come back here and try to add the exponent. So if I look up here, I can probably find what I need. Oh, there it is right there. So I'm trying to add an exponent. Ah, there it is, that one there. So I'm going to go x and then 2. No, there's the 2. There it is. And there's the x. And if I delete back like that, oops, see that? It erased my, my x squared. So one of the problems with Google Docs is you kind of have to tell it what you want to do before you start typing anything in. So I'm going to go over here and choose the x, so the 2 options. So here's my 2, here's my x. There we go. And I've got my equation, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So you can do any of these things here above, like the quadratic formula right here. But as you can see, if you do use math type, things do look a lot nicer, and you can make them look bigger or smaller. All right, so I hope this helps. So there's definitely a few ways now that you know how to write equations using equation editors. Thank you.